Now, Defenders are aluminium roof, so you can't use a magnetic mount. So apparently no one makes an antenna mount for a Defender, so we said we'd do that. I'm not really into this whole radio technology. My mum used to call them the wireless, but obviously this is for like CB radios and ham radios, and we are going to try and get one. I've bought one, and we're going to try and get into it a bit. Seems fun. And when you're in the middle of nowhere and you've got no mobile phone reception, radio can be cool. And I know in Australia and America they use it a lot. So we have bought some random antenna. Now the trouble is, with these antennas, the diameter of this bottom bit, come a bit closer, Joe, don't be shy. The diameter of this bottom bit is, well, it varies. There doesn't seem to be one standard. There seems to be lots of standards. So we have tried to design, and it's a little project we've given Joe, our little summer intern. Not so little, but you know what I mean. And so he has worked with this, and Steve has given us some input, and we have designed this kit that we are going to demonstrate and show you today. Now, we've learnt a bit along the way, haven't we, Joe?
We have learnt a lot.
We didn't know a lot of things about antenna mounts. Now, it turns out an antenna mount needs to be, the antenna needs to earth to it. So they go to some elaborate lengths at the bottom of the antenna to give you this sort of spiky plate so that it creates an earth plane. So we haven't painted these, and as a consequence we've made them out of stainless steel. So this is a non-rusting stainless steel earth plane fixing, and it's going to mount to the roof rails of your Land Rover Defender, and it's going to use our previously invented, you can't take any credit for this, Joe, right? These are the uni-strut nuts, these little carriages that slide in, rotate in their channel and lock in, and then you've got a couple of bolts that bolt down through there into that, and we'll show you that in a minute. Now, because they come in different sizes and flavors, we have given you this reducing spacer and a washer to go underneath. So if you look, this is actually one of the smaller ones. When you bolt this on the car, you're gonna take off the nut and washer, but leave your earthing sort of tricuspid wire there, whatever the word is. Right then, we're gonna whack that through there. Okay, and in fact we could do this now, couldn't we, Joe? That's not gonna impede our mounting on the car any, pre-assembling that, is it? It'll be less time out in the sunshine with my ginger skin, less factor 50 exposure. Right, oh, I've got that jammed. I need to get that spacer in, right? So that's all securely mounted, and obviously the antenna is now earthed to this bracket. And one thing we'll look at on the car is, obviously we've got these screws, that's going to bolt, and that's going to bolt into this. Now, you may have to, if you're a purist, you may have to sort of expose the underside to get a better earth plane, but we'll discuss that. We're on the car. Are we ready to go out to the car and get this mounted? Now, we've got the Expedition roof rack. So this is, let's be clear, you don't need the roof rack. This is going on the roof rails. So this is going to bolt onto the roof rail. So you could have it coming outwards. Does it fit inwards on this one as well, Joe?
I think so.
Yeah, if you want an inbound look, it could go inbound. And obviously the same goes on this. If you haven't got the roof rack, that is also the case. Right, so how do we fit this? Let's leave that there. Okay, so we get our little carriage bolts, and then they rotate clockwise, and they lock then. And then we'll get the other one in, drop him in, rotate him clockwise, and we can get the exact spacing in a minute. We're going to go outwards, aren't we? Right, line that up. Oh, have I got it? Oh, there he goes. Oh. And then I'll just get that other one lined up. Oh, look at that. Didn't even have to stop the video. Right then. Okay, tighten this. Right, and then we'll get that other. Now, there's an interesting fact. We made this plate exactly, so it's got this swage in it, but this mounting surface here is parallel to this. Now, it does slightly curve, so it's slightly going out, but if we'd have made it exactly parallel, there's some debate. When you put it round the other way, it would be leaning really badly the other way. So it's, what do we reckon, 6 degrees. We've got a slight 6 degree. Now you could put it in a vise if you're that worried, because it's not painted stainless steel. you could if you're that worried. Now, there's one little feature now. I'll get these tight, then we'll get the cable. But we did have this little hole in the slopey bit on the bracket. If you get down a little bit, Joe, so that you can use that to give you a bit of cable routing, a bit of cable management if you want. So we can route it. Now, I guess you route the cable into the car. Screw your connector onto the bottom of that. And that should then line up with that, just to keep that safe. Right, let's put the top bit on, and that's done. Now, I guess you radio guys, I guess you just run it back through the window into the car, do you? I'm not sure. We'll have to work all this out. And there we go. And then I've got to be honest, even if I haven't got a radio, I do think the antenna looks cool. I've got it the wrong way up, Joe.
Other ways around, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, how's that going to go in there? Right.
You might need.
How does it? Oh, has it got a little grub screw on the side?
Yeah, I've got the Allen key for
You've
it.
got the Allen key.
There you go.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Look. Right, there you go. Oh, and I guess that's why it's non-painted at the bottom of this hole. Right. There you go. There is our antenna mount. So we sent one of those off to Steve. He gets a free one because he said make it. Let us know what you think. Is that any good? Yeah, and we'll try and get the CB radio mount. We're going to design that next and get that in the car. So there we go. Antenna mount done. Not sure if you can see that or even hear me. But there you go. What do you think? Antenna mount. I think it looks pretty cool.